All right, welcome back to another episode of Knicks Morning Coffee. This is the recap show. All right, we're going to jump into last night's game against the Denver Nuggets, but before we do, please like, comment, and subscribe. All right, last night we went into Denver for the second straight year and pretty much blew them out. Now, last night's game, it was score-wise, it was a blowout, but if you watch the game and you see how the possessions were going, if you couldn't see the score, then you wouldn't have known that we were up 20 most of the game. The game started out, it looked like the Joker was going to have one of his typical, killer nights. And I guess Cat, coming in from the West Coast, Minnesota, playing Denver, knocking Denver out of the playoffs last year. And I guess he just wasn't going to be denied. Cat put up some nice numbers. It wasn't flashy. It was just go in, get the job done. 30 points. Can't ask him to do more than that. Over 15 rebounds, couple of blocks. He was there. His presence was felt. And Joker kind of, as the game went on, it wasn't a typical Joker game, but that's, again, things like that are not our problem. Coming off that loss to Utah, it seemed like everybody was locked in and paying attention to detail. Now, the start of the night was, without a doubt, OG Anunoby. OG Anunoby dropped his career high, 40 points. He did it in a fashion where we have to give kudos to Brunson. Brunson was feeding him. It seems like at every chance he had, it wasn't forced. It was just a situation where this guy's on fire, and then we have to, like the old school, we got to milk it. And we got to milk it, and that's what we did. So I love Brunson for that. I love the fact that you recognize that this kid is on a terror. And if we don't get OG set, he don't have to be our third scorer. Right now he is, but just having him out there, just like the way Boston has White, you have that other dependable guy on your team that's going to make you hard to beat in the long run. But overall, the Knicks played, a really good game. Just a few little things here and there, but you couldn't find much fault with last night. They played with intensity. They played with urgency. And then they just played with a whole lot of self-awareness. We didn't look for the three, but we had a way better shooting night. And we'll get into the numbers a little bit later. But I was so happy. It was a time when Jamal Crawford, who was calling the game in place of Clyde last night, something that I have been saying, to myself for years is that sometimes we don't play the chess match. And then when Jamal was talking about how he was calling it the moment of truth, where sometimes you're up 15 and then it could go either way, be it injuries, turnovers, missed shots, whatever it is. You can go up 19 or you can go down to 10. And last night, every time Jamal mentioned a moment of truth, the Knicks stepped up to the plate. And that's not how we always been, characteristic of our team. We usually will fold in a lot of them situations. But we stepped up, we ran the plays and we hit and made good shots. And that was just a total opposite of the Utah game. Now, if we'd have won the Utah game, you might say something different. But the shot selection was superb. The execution was superb. And the attention to detail. I was proud to be a Knicks fan last night because I was just looking at how, Brunson would come down. And even sometimes Cat may have had it. He see that OG is hot. And OG got a mismatch, out there. And then he get it. OG close out. Either pump fake, go to the basket, or shoot the three. It was just like lights out for him. And I just look at also when Deuce McBride came in off injury, it was like he never left. It was like he never left. He's definitely right now our scorer off the bench until we get reinforcements. But we can't get like too high or too low on our bench play right now. We just hope that they come in and don't lose the lead and keep it where it is. But between Payne and Deuce, they did their thing and, they held it down on that end. But in terms of the numbers, when you ask, how do you score 145 against a team like Denver? And the field goal percent, we shot over 60%. You're not going to see that too often. And that was steady throughout the game. This wasn't no fluke first quarter, third quarter. No. Throughout the game, we shot the ball well. 3-pointers, we shot over 52%. I've never seen us shoot 52%. Don't quote me on that, but I don't recall us shooting 52% from three. Free throws, 87%, but at the same time, Denver shot over 90%. But again, that's great for us. But the disparity on how other teams are going to the line, that's something to be concerned about later on. But I think we went to the line like 16 times, and they went in the high 20s. So, that can't be. I don't know if it's us not driving the ball or the refs not giving us the call. But in any event, that's just a factor that we have to keep an eye on. Assists, we have 45 assists. We've been getting a lot of 30s lately, which if you get 30, then you're doing something right as a team playing together. When you get 45, then you're supposed to win that game. Steals, we had 5 steals, and then we also had 4 blocks. And then you total that up with 7 players in double figures. And even the guys that weren't in double figures contributed when they got in the game. That's how you totally get 145 points against a high-powered offensive team like the Denver Nuggets. So, I was just so happy last night. I wanted that bounce back win. But I wanted the way we got it. I wanted it in a fashion that they're paying attention to what the coach is trying to tell them, and then that they're also holding each other accountable. And last night showed that. Brunson's leadership. He had 20 points better, but it was the way he got it. He got it when we needed it. When he see it at the end, when Denver was trying to make a run, Brunson would stop the bleeding. And that's what the captain does. And that's what a leader does. So just overall, was just happy with the win. Not looking for faults, but sometimes, you can see it. Sometimes we are subject to the backdoor play that they ran on us a few times. That's just a part of Denver's offense, and they're going to get that at times. But the little things we still have to shore up because, again, this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. But at the same time, we want to just see the elevation of our improvement. But, kudos to Tibbs. Whatever game plan he put in, they executed it to perfection last night. And we on our way. Now, we know we got them boys tomorrow. We got Kyrie and Luka tomorrow, and then you throw in Klay Thompson. So our work is cut out for us. It's not done. But I got a feeling that Thanksgiving turkey going to taste a little bit better. We get this win tomorrow night. So I'm overall happy. I know the Knicks fans woke up this morning. I stayed up and watched the game. It was over 11:30, so that wasn't bad. But I know people woke up this morning feeling good. And I know when they get to the office or wherever they work at or whatever it is, it's going to be a nice day for them. And you're going to let little things slide. Because when the Knicks win, everything don't bother you. You let some things slide. So this is one of them days. Again, tomorrow we have the Dallas Mavericks. I'm looking at that as a big game for us, win or lose, because we have to measure ourselves against the best. And they went to the Western NBA Finals last year, cost themselves the game. Boston was red hot. We ain't taking away from Boston, but they changed their game plan in the finals round. They didn't do what they should have done that got them to the championship round. But, we're going to go and looking at if we can come out of that playing well, then, okay, we know we the hype and we living up to the hype. So, please like, comment, and subscribe. I want to hear what y'all think about last night's game. I know how happy I am. I can't wait to get to work so I can talk my mess. But that's just what we do. But until next time, peace.